We will consider the unit-wise important questions based on Unit 1. See the first question. What is an algorithm? And explain its characteristics in detail. See the answer for the first question. What is an algorithm? And explain its characteristics. Okay, there are the set of instructions or description in a particular notation of the process is termed as an algorithm. An algorithm is a simple sequence of steps, okay, or instructions. These instructions are useful for finding the solution to the problem. An algorithm is a finite step-by-step, well-defined instructions. See, the instructions are well-defined, step-by-step, well-defined, of the sequence of the activities that constitute a process of getting the desired outputs from the given inputs. From the given inputs, we need to get the desired outputs. So the raw material needed at the time of beginning is referred to as input, and the resting entity is referred to as output. So what are the characteristics of an algorithm? Algorithms characteristics are very important. Okay, this question is very important. This question belongs to basic question. That is why it is important. So one should know what is the algorithm, what are the characteristics of an algorithm. These are very important in the examination point of view, and also in the subject point of view. To understand the subject, you should know about the algorithm. There are 5 important characteristics of an algorithm that should be considered while designing any algorithm for any problem. So we have the definiteness, finiteness, inputs, output, effectiveness. Effectiveness. See the characteristics of an algorithm. So first one, finiteness. What is the finiteness? An algorithm should terminate infinite number of steps, and each step must finish in finite amount of time. Infinite number of steps and finite amount of time. Terminate in finite number of steps If we trace out the instructions of an algorithm, then for all cases, the algorithm terminates after a finite number of steps. After a సో ఫైనైట్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ స్టెప్స్ ఉండాలి, అలాగే ఫైనైట్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ టైంలో ఆల్గరిథం ఫినిష్ అవ్వాలి. సో ఈ రెండు పాయింట్స్ ఫైనైట్నెస్ ఇండికేట్ చేస్తాయి. సో డెఫినెట్నెస్ అంటే ఏంటి? నో అంబిగ్విటీ. అంబిగ్విటీ అనేది అసలు ఉండకూడదు, కన్ఫ్యూజన్ అనేది ఉండకూడదు. కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఉందనుకోండి, ఆ అల్గారిథం ఎలా ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేయాలి, ఏం అవుట్పుట్ వస్తుంది అనేది ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వస్తాయి. కాబట్టి అల్గారిథం షుడ్ బి డెఫినిట్. సో ఈచ్ స్టెప్ ఆఫ్ అల్గారిథం should be clearly and precisely defined, and there should not be any ambiguity. Ambiguity is not allowed. Okay, in an algorithm, ambiguity is not allowed. No ambiguity. Clearly and precisely defined, and there should not be any ambiguity. Okay, example. What is an example? A program fragment is given as x assigned with 1, toss a coin. If the result is a head, then x is assigned with 3, else x assigned with 4. In else case, x is assigned with 4. That means if the head is not came, when you toss a coin, head is not occurred, but tail occurred, then x is assigned with 4. In the above program, all the steps would be carried out effectively. All the steps would be carried out effectively, but there is no definiteness, since there are two possible values of x, that is 1 and 3/4. So input, an algorithm must have 0 or more, but must be finite number of ఇన్పుట్స్. సో అంటే ఆల్గరిథంకి మనం ఏవైతే ఇన్పుట్స్ ఇస్తున్నామో అవి 0 ఇన్పుట్ అవ్వచ్చు, లేదా అంతకంటే ఎక్కువ ఇన్పుట్స్ అవ్వచ్చు, బట్ మస్ట్ బి ఫైనైట్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్పుట్స్. ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఆఫ్ 0 ఇన్పుట్ algorithm: print the ASCII code of each of the letter in the alphabet of the computer system. So we want to print ASCII codes of all the letters in the computer system. Then you can simply write a program with 0 input algorithm. No need to give any input, just it will take automatically by giving the for loop and starting with a or starting character in ASCII alphabet, and you can continue the process so that to print the ASCII code of each and every letter in the alphabet of the computer system. So output, an algorithm must have at least one desirable outcome. So output is an algorithm must have at least one desirable outcome, that is output. So what is required? What is the output required from this algorithm? So effectiveness, an algorithm should be effective. Effective means each step should be referred as principle, as principle, must have at least one desirable outcome, that is the output. So effectiveness, an algorithm should be effective. Effective means, what is effective? Means that each step should be referred as principle and should be executing in finite amount of time. Finite amount of time లో ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వాలి. So an algorithm should be effective. Effective means each step should be referred as principle, should be executing in a finite amount of time. Example of non-effectiveness. Find exact value of E using the following formula. In the following formula, E equals to 1 plus factorial of 1 plus 1 by factorial of 2 plus 1 by factorial of 3 plus dash dash dash, and add it to x. So it is not effective since it requires summation of infinite terms. Therefore, it takes infinite time, hence not effective. When you consider E equal to this value, this equation, when you execute, when you have written a program and you want to execute, then this is not effective since it takes infinite time. What are the asymptotic notations and give its properties? So asymptotic notation. What is an asymptotic notation? Asymptotic notation describes the algorithm efficiency, the algorithm efficiency and performance in a meaningful way. Okay, asymptotic notation describes the algorithm efficiency and performance in a meaningful way. It describes the behavior of time and space complexity or space complexity for large instance characteristics. Okay, the order of growth of the running time of an algorithm gives a simple character of the algorithm's efficiency and also us allows us to compare relative performance relative performance of alternative algorithms. We call it growth function as we ignore the very small constant. So we are taking the growth functions, and there are some constant values. Those values we can ignore, we will not consider. The asymptotic running time of an algorithm is defined in terms of functions. By using the functions, we can define the asymptotic running time of an algorithm. So the asymptotic notation of an algorithm is classified into three types. There are three types. Algorithm is classified into three types. Big O notation, asymptotic upper bound, the function f of n is equal to big O of g of n big O of g of n if and only if there exists a positive constant c and k such that f of n should be less than or equal to c multiplied by g of n, some constant value multiplied by g of n for all n, for all n values, n greater than or equal to k. Okay, this is the diagram for big O notation. We have c into g of n and f of n. Two functions are there. C into g of n is greater than f of n after some n values. Big omega notation, asymptotic, lower bound, the function f of n is equals to omega of g of n if and only if there exists a positive constant c and k such that f of n greater than or equal to c multiplied by g of n. Now f of n value is greater than or equal to c multiplied by g of n, that is a lower bound for all n values. So in the big omega notation, f of n is greater than or equal to c multiplied by g of n, whereas in the big O notation, f of n less than or equal to c star g of n. Okay, just see the difference, big omega notation and big O notation. In the O notation, f of n less than or equal to c into g of n, whereas in the omega notation, f of n is greater than or equal to c into g of n. Big omega notation, theta, asymptotic tight bound, the function f of n is equals to theta of g of n if and only if there exists a constant, a positive constant c1, c2 and k such that c1 star g of n less than or equal to f of n less than or equal to c2 star g of n for all n n greater than or equal to k. This is for theta notation. So in case of theta notation, f of n is in between the c1 star g of n and c2 star g of n. That is c1 multiplied by g of n less than or equal to f of n less than or equal to c2 multiplied by g of n for all n values. That is the big theta notation. So the properties of asymptotic notation. Okay, before going to this asymptotic notations, already you know there are three functions we discussed: big O notation, big omega notation, big theta notation. So what is an algorithm? Algorithm is a composed of a finite set of steps, each of which may require one or more operations. So in each algorithm, there may be one operation or may be more than one operation. The possibility of a computer carrying out those operations necessitates that certain constraints be placed on the type of operations an algorithm can include. So what are the types of operations in an algorithm to be included? When you consider our definition of an algorithm, just we see the definition of an algorithm. What is the definition of algorithm? So algorithm is a finite set of instructions, okay, that if followed accomplishes a particular task. So we have the input, output, definiteness, finiteness, okay, finiteness, effectiveness. The possibility of computer carrying out these operations necessitates that certain constraints be placed on the type of operations an algorithm can include. Suppose when you consider the criteria 1 and 2, that is required that an algorithm produce one or more outputs and have zero or more inputs that are externally supplied. That is, we consider the inputs and outputs. So an algorithm may require one or more, zero or more inputs and that alage one or more outputs. So according to criterion 3, according to our criteria, each operation must be definite. Definite means meaning that it can be perfectly clear what should be done. Definite means perfectly clear what we want to do, what should be done. So directions such as add 6 or 7 to x or compute 5 divided by 0 are not permitted because it is not clear which of the two possibilities should be done or what the result is. So these are not clear. We should have definiteness. Okay, they are definite. It is not following the definiteness. What are the examples? Add 6 or 7 to x plus 6 or x plus 7. Compute 5 divided by 0 We can't divide with 0. Are not permitted. These statements are not permitted because it is not clear. Okay. The fourth criterion for the algorithms, they terminate after a finite number of operations. A related consideration is that the time for termination should be reasonably short. For example, an algorithm could be devised that includes whether any given position in the game of chess is a winning position. Winning position, and the algorithm works by examining all possible moves and counter moves that could be made from the starting position. Starting position నుంచి మనం కన్సిడర్ చేయాలి. So the difficulty with this algorithm is that even using the most modern computers, it may take billions of years to make the decision. So we must be very concerned with analyzing the efficiency of each of our algorithms. So each operation should be effective operation. Each step must be such that it can, at least in principle, be done by a person using a pencil and paper in a finite amount of time. So performing arithmetic on integers is an example of an effective operation. So we are performing the arithmetic operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division on integer numbers. It is an effective operation, but arithmetic with real numbers is not. When you consider the real numbers, when you perform the arithmetic operation, it is not clear. It is not effective. Since some values may be expressible only by infinitely long decimal expansion, adding two such numbers would violate the effectiveness property. Effectiveness property will be violated. Change. So algorithms that are definite and effective, algorithms that are definite and effective, definite algorithms అలాగే effective algorithms కూడా are also called computational procedures. One important example of computational procedures is the operating system of a digital computer. When you consider the software operating system, that is a effective computation procedures. That consists of effective computation procedures. This procedure is designed to control the execution of jobs in such a way that when no jobs are available, it does not terminate but continues in a waiting state until a new job is entered. So the computational procedures includes important examples. So we restrict our study to computational procedures that always terminate. So we are always considering the procedures which are terminating in a finite amount of time. To help us achieve the criterion of definiteness, algorithms are written in a programming language. Such languages are designed so that each legitimate sentence has a unique meaning. So we are achieving the criterion of definiteness criteria to be achieved. So for achieving this definiteness criteria, that means we are avoiding the ambiguity, we consider the languages, programming languages, algorithms we can write in a programming language, and such a programming languages are designed so that each legitimate sentence has a unique meaning. A program is the expression of an algorithm in a programming language. Suppose you have written a program. So an algorithm is converted into a program. That is an expression of the algorithm. Program is a expression of an algorithm by using some programming language. Programming language may be C, C++, Java, Python, like that. Different programming languages are there. Okay, sometimes words such as procedures, function, and subroutines are used synonymously for a program. So in some languages we are using the procedures, in some languages we are using the functions, in some languages we are using the subroutines. So these are the different names, but the all these names refer to the program or functions. Okay, most readers of this book, when you can say, have probably already programmed and run some algorithms on a computer. So desirable because before you study a concept in general, it helps if you have if you had some practical experience with it. Perhaps you had some difficulty in getting started in formatting an initial solution to a problem, or perhaps you were unable to decide which of the two algorithms was better. So we need to take the decision if there are more than one algorithm. The study of algorithms includes many important and active areas of research. Okay, so there are four distinct areas of study, that is how to devise algorithms, how to validate the algorithms, how to analyze the algorithms, how to test a program. These are the four criteria relating to algorithms, study of algorithms. Okay, dear students, we'll continue in next class. Today's class is completed. If you have any doubts, please send the message in the chat box. Any queries? All the students should submit your assignments if anyone is pending. Since some students already submitted the assignment, many of the students, remaining students also should submit the assignment. Okay, dear students, thank you very much for attending the class.